In this video, we're going to break down how Alex Pereira lands his devastating left hook and why it's so effective. The key? It's not just about the punch itself, it's about his entire approach, which I call the double threat system. Let me show you how it works and how you can apply it too. Number 1. What is the double threat system? The reason Pereira lands his left hook so often is because of the double threat system. Something he does almost subconsciously. Let me explain. Now, the key here is hip movement consistency. When Pereira throws his jab to the body, notice his hip movement. It's almost identical to when he throws his left hook. This consistency makes it incredibly difficult for the opponent's brain to distinguish between the two. Is it a jab to the body or is it a left hook? The brain can't predict it. Take a look at his fight with Strickland. When Pereira dips down, when he throws the jab to the body, it's the same movement as when he throws the left hook. It makes it even harder for Strickland to read the attack. Number 2. Why the left hook lands. Human response to feints and habitual behavior. Pereira understands that there are only so many ways humans can react to a feint. We're creatures of habit, and because of that, we're vulnerable to running into his left hook. Proactive versus reactive fighting. Pereira's key to success is always staying proactive. When you're proactive, it's much easier to land strikes like the left hook. If you're reactive, though, like when he's pressured, Pereira has to rely on timing instead of his setups. You can see this clearly in his fight with Yeri. When Pereira is pressured, he struggles to land the left hook, and he has to fall back on his counters and rely on timing to land it. Number 3. Rhythm manipulation. How Pereira uses rhythm to land the left hook. Another reason Pereira's left hook lands so effectively is because of rhythm manipulation. Let's break this down. Tapping the lead hand. Watch how Pereira taps his lead hand twice in his fight with Jamal Hill. Hill subconsciously picks up on this pattern. He taps his hand 2 times in the opposite stances and Hill attacks. And this time, in the finishing sequence with the left hook, he reacts by throwing the cross. Pereira knows this, so he leaps in with the left hook at the perfect time, catching Hill off guard. This wasn't luck. Pereira's superior understanding of rhythm allowed him to set up the left hook, and it ended the fight. This is why rhythm manipulation is so important in the double threat system. Number 4. Downward angles and hands low. Why Pereira's hands low play into the double threat. Pereira's hands are often low, and there's a reason for this. We know that punches coming from a downward angle are harder to see, but there's more to it. The psychological impact. The reason his hands being low matters is psychological. When you throw strikes from a downward angle, it overloads the opponent's brain with information. This makes it more difficult for them to predict and react properly. Increased tension. The double threat system creates a constant tension in the air, even before the fight starts. Opponents are worried about the left hook and start to overreact, which opens up opportunities for Pereira to land other strikes. Number 5. The left hook cycle. Creating a cycle of danger. Pereira's system creates a constant cycle of danger for his opponents. Opponents' worries. When the opponent becomes overly worried about the left hook, they leave themselves open for other attacks, like his jab, his cross, his calf kicks, his head kicks, his spinning techniques, his lead body shot. The importance of being proactive. Being proactive rather than reactive is key. The more you force your opponent to react to you, the more openings you create. This cycle where they worry about the left hook and get caught by other strikes is what makes Pereira so dangerous. Pereira's ability to control the fight in this way is why his left hook lands so often. Number 6. Countering with the left hook. Pereira's timing and countering. You can see how Pereira uses rhythm and timing even when countering. Take the example with Yeri. Pereira knows that when Yeri jabs twice, he's committed to his attack. Pereira doesn't counter immediately because he knows Yeri might jab once and then back out which people usually get fought. But after the second jab, Pereira reacts with a perfectly timed left hook, catching Geary off guard. Here is another example in boxing from Marcus Maidana against Floyd Mayweather. He does the pullback right hand consistently when Maidana throws his jab. So this time he throws his jab and the cross at the exact same time, and he catches Mayweather off guard. Number 7. Footwork and forward pressure. Using footwork to create double threats. Pereira uses his footwork to break his opponent's rhythm, creating double threats in the process. Watch how Strickland follows Pereira. Pereira keeps throwing his jab to the body, but then he changes it up and throws a left hook instead. This break in the rhythm throws Strickland off guard. Look how when Pereira steps, when he fights, look when he gets pressured, he takes an angle and then he throws either a calf kick, he can throw a head kick, the left hook. He is using his footwork to set them up, and he already has a strike ready for them. In summary, Pereira's success with his left hook comes down to the double threat system by consistently using feints, rhythm manipulation, and staying proactive. He creates a constant cycle of danger for his opponents. His hands low, combined with the unpredictability of his strikes, his timing, and it makes it even harder to react to his attacks and to avoid the left hook.